Hey, Mark the Guitar Guy here. We are going to be nailing bar chords. Yes, bar chords. I don't know about you guys, but bar chords, when I first learnt them, they were the hardest thing in the world when I first did them, and I thought they were physically impossible for my hands to do. And if you are that kind of person, then yes, I am here to help you get through this. So there are 5 things. There we are. Once again, 5 things. YouTube loves 5 things. 5 things that I'm going to teach you that are going to improve your bar chords, and then in later videos we're going to show you each of those individual things and how to improve them. So the 5 things to improving your bar chords. Well, the very first thing you need to know is you need to know all the names of the notes on the top string, on the E string, or the bass string, and also the A string. Okay? Those are the main 2 strings that I teach all the names of the notes of. And by that I mean, like, if I say A, you need to know straight away that the 5th fret on the top string is an A. And also that the 12th fret or the 0th fret on the A string is an A. Or if I said a G, the 3rd fret on the top string is going to be a G, and that sort of thing. I'm not going to teach you all those names of the notes, but you need to know the main names of the notes. Don't worry about sharps or flats at this stage. Just make sure you know where all the main notes are. So that's the very first thing, because that's going to make us find our bar chord position immediately, and we can know where to place our bar chord. The second most important thing that is going to make your bar chords awesome is your thumb position on the neck. The low thumb position is the best thing to have on the neck. A lot of people try and learn bar chords and they have their thumb high, and they wonder why their fingers don't actually stretch and go into the shape of the bar chord. Here I am trying to do a G major bar chord. Now if I have my thumb high, instantly my hand scrunches up, and the distance in my hand, the distance that I can actually put my fingers, the width of those fingers, as soon as I bring my thumb high, see what happens with my hand? It's really small. We need to be able to stretch the width of the hand out. Now by lowering the thumb, as soon as we lower the thumb, my thumb is now low and behind the neck, literally behind the neck. I can now make the width of those fingers go really, really far, or the length of those fingers. So I've got a lot more stretch in those, that from my first finger to my little finger. So I'm able to stretch my fingers out as much as I want to by opening up and fanning out the hand. And you'll notice when my thumb is low, it means my wrist is underneath the guitar. So thumb low, wrist beneath the guitar is the trick to that. So that's going to help with our bar chords as well. Now the third thing we need to do is we need to make sure, number 3, the high position. You need to have a high position on the frets. By that I mean if there's a note happening on the top string here, on the G, and on the 3rd fret, you can either be in the middle of the fret. Now everyone thinks that's the best spot. Actually, the highest position is a bit highest, closest to you is the highest position. That's going to be the best place to play your bar. So when you place your bar on, it's better to have high position, not right in the middle, because you're going to get some buzzing happening there. Make it easy on yourself, go to the high position. Same with all the other fingers, make it a high position. Like technically, if I was to be perfectly in the middle, it would look probably more like that for my G chord, but that's not going to be the best place for me. I need to be higher so that they're almost falling over the fret into the next fret. That's the guaranteed best spot for your note position. So there we are, the 3rd thing, high position. The 4th thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the barring finger is actually slightly hooked. Okay, so when we do the bar, place the barring finger on, meaning the first finger in this case from my G chord, it's not a straight finger that we're placing onto the guitar. It's not completely straight, it's slightly hooked, meaning we just put a little bit of pressure on the tip of our finger here, and that just makes it this curls slightly. So we've got a slight curve. That means at the top of the bar chord and the bottom of the bar chord are both going to have a lot of pressure, because the fingers are in the middle of the bar chord, or in the chord shape. So that, because the most important notes here are the top string and the bottom 2 strings, aren't they? Because that's the part of this chord. So for this case, it's really important to make sure that we've got a slight curve on that finger. Okay, that's the 4th thing. The 3rd, have I missed one? No, I'm good. The last thing we need to make sure of is that we have the 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers on first. So the barring finger is actually the last thing we place on. So in the case of this G chord, what I would do if I was learning it for the first time, my thumb is low, okay? My 2nd, 3rd and 4th finger placed on first, nice and high, and then the last thing is to put the bar on. But whenever we learn chords normally, we normally go 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, like I'm learning a G, normal G, so 1st finger, 2nd finger, that's how we learn a chord. With the bar chords, I want you to start with the back fingers first, and then the last thing is to place the bar on. The reason why is if I put my bar on first, it's really difficult to put the rest of my fingers in a nice high position. I want you to put the back fingers on first and the bar last. So that's another tip to getting bar chords amazing. So there we have it, the 5 tips that are going to make your bar chords incredibly awesome. Number 1, make sure you know the names of the notes on the top string and the second, or the E and the A string. The second thing is make sure your thumb is low, wrist beneath the guitar. The third thing is to make sure you've got a high position, really high up on the strings. The fourth thing is to make sure you've got a hook on the bar. And the fourth thing is to make sure you go back fingers first, and sorry, fifth thing is to make sure you get your back fingers on first and then your bar. Now, if you follow those guidelines to your bar chords, all bar chords, doesn't matter what they are, you are going to have the most amazing bar chords, and you're going to be able to play any chord you want to be able to play because of your strength in bar chords. You might as well get those things nailed, because then when you've got bar chords nailed, you've just got no issues at all with playing the guitar. It's usually the thing that makes people a bit scared. If there's a bar chord in a song, they'll be like, oh, let's not learn that song. Let's just leave it. Let's do a song that has no bar chords, and it's just, oh, cool, G, D, A, sweet, let's learn that song. So it's not going to limit you in any way. So if that sounds cool and you like this lesson, please subscribe and please like this lesson, and it'll be cool to see you. Maybe go check out JAMORAMA.com, and I teach all this stuff that I'm teaching in a real in-depth way that'll get your fundamentals sorted out. If you haven't got your fundamentals sorted out, you are going to be in real trouble as a guitarist, and you're going to be lacking confidence. And I'm here to make sure you get good confidence. So go check that out. It's been great seeing you. I can't wait to see you again. Come and see me again sometime, okay? Don't make me lonely. We'll see you again.